Welcome to the Paul Monahan Gymnasium for this evening's basketball contest between the Case High School Cardinals and the visiting Vikings of Wareham High School. This is Tyler Clark for Swansea Cable Access Channel 9. Pleased to bring you this game live once again on our Facebook feed. And alongside me is Josh Aubin in a very, very highly anticipated rematch, Josh.
Yeah, last year these teams met 3 times, including first round of the state playoffs. Unfortunately, Wareham got the best of Case twice last year. Case won the conference last year. It's a measuring stick game this year.
As you said, they did face each other in the postseason. Case was a 7 seed, Wareham was a 10 seed. Wareham did a phenomenal job of shutting down Drew Plant. As a result, the game really wasn't that close, and I'm sure that is weighing on the minds of some of these Case players that were on that team last year. Bit of revenge going on in this game. The Cardinals come in sporting an impressive 5-1 record, and the Vikings come in with a 3-2 record. The Vikings are in blue, the Cardinals are in white. Is controlled by Case, and a very, very large crowd on hand for this game as well.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We had a great atmosphere last year when Somerset Berkeley came to town. It's a very intense atmosphere again.
That pass was stolen by the Vikings to the left, and no foul on that. Goes number 11, Darian Gibson. Slow the pace down. Coach Dan Wenzel was saying. Alex Levecki, junior point guard, going to bring the ball over, going to try to drive with that, dishes it over to Jordan Rodrigues for the hole, and no good, and a foul called underneath, I believe, on the Vikings. That's going to be on Bryce Fernandez, his first, and the team's first. That is not a shooting foul, so the Cardinals will, is it a shooting foul? Seems like everyone's a bit confused right now.
Yeah, I guess it was.
I guess it was a shooting foul. That doesn't seem like a shooting foul to me.
We don't have the advantage of instant replay, unfortunately.
Or haven't hit this level of high school basketball in the state of Massachusetts yet.
Maybe next year.
Rodrigues' first free throw is good. He'll get the scoring started tonight. Jordan's a sophomore. This is the second boys game that we have filmed, the first one being the Diamond game, and Jordan performed very well in that. Let's see if he can recreate that performance here. Here's a second free throw from Rodrigues, and that one is no good. It'll be rebounded by the Vikings. That's Dominic LaBelle, number 24. He gets it to number 4. That's Bryce Fernandez. To number 11, Darian Gibson. He'll try to slow this down.
Yeah, going back to that last time we saw Case in that Diamond game, it wasn't just Jordan that had a great game. There were 4 Cardinals that scored in double digits.
It was a very good team effort all around. Shot is no good for the Vikings. The ball's rolling around, coming the other way. Jacob Montero trying to hit Costa with that pass, but put a little too much mustard on it.
That may have got Wareham knee. Wareham may have got away with that one.
Official couldn't really see. That went out of bounds. It hit the ticket table there near the entrance. And the Vikings will get this in, currently 1-0. We've a minute into the game rather. Quick passing going on for the Vikings. Gibson's going to end up with it. And tipped out of bounds. Nice play by Case. Good defense by Levesque and Rodrigues.
Well, he got up. One of the smallest players on the court. I think he's actually the smallest player, and he got up there.
Taylor Carlson, I remember him from the Wareham team last year, going to try to get this in for the Vikings, and he does to Gibson in the corner. Gibson guarded by Rodrigues, underneath for LaBelle, and a foul on Montero.
Maybe
and the
it's
student
tough.
section of Case High School did not like that call very much.
I don't like it either.
Josh, we're going to have a record. It's a minute and 10 seconds into this game, and Coach Dan Wenzel has already shed the sports coat and thrown it into the crowd.
Honestly, after that call, I probably would have too.
LaBelle makes that first free throw. Student section really getting into it. LaBelle's second free throw, he got them both. Only points of the game for either team has been either way of free throws. 2-1 Vikings. Costa tried to get this ball in. He finally does to Rodrigues. Gets back to Costa. They probably want to get that in the hands of Levesque. Dangerous pass, but it gets to Logan Sherratt. Sherratt had Montero open, going to take it up himself, and a foul on the Vikings.
Well, these officials are calling a very tight game early on. We'll see if this
Lots
continues.
of fouls so far. That's going to be on Fernandez.
His second, already in foul trouble.
That's already going to be Fernandez's second foul. He's not too happy.
A minute 18 in, 78 seconds in, and one of your starters are already coming out. That's tough.
Sherratt makes that free throw. Fernandez is out. He is not very happy about that. Number 12, Destine Haywood into the game for the Vikings. Taylor Carlson heads down underneath the rim. Sherratt, second free throw. We got that one. 3-2. Wareham going to keep an up-tempo game going. Gibson Still has the ball. Impressive pink sneakers there, I might point out, for Gibson in this game.
Very festive.
Yes. Pass goes to Haywood. He gets it over to number 3. Carlson, very long three, no good. And that's going to go out of bounds. Saved by Haywood, actually, before it gets out to the hole. And that looked like a foul. Nothing was called on there. That was a three there. The Vikings, no good. That was Gibson again. Case going to come the other way. That was two very long threes the Vikings just put up, and they missed them both.
Yeah, Case may have got away with the foul there.
That looked like a foul to me, but I'm not an official.
I think Chris Costa may have got caught in the air there.
Sherratt puts on some moves, gets a reaction, ball's on the ground. Haywood tipped away by Costa, save! What a play!
That's a hustle play!
Costa!
It's a great job getting back by Costa there. Saving that ball, keeping possession alive.
Jake Montero gets it to Sherratt. Sherratt gonna drive, loses the handle, goes right to Haywood. I'm not really sure what happened with that. Haywood gets it over to Carlson. He's going to go and a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be on Sherratt. That's his first, the team's second. 4 fouls already called. We're 2.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tight game. Free throws are going to be crucial.
Good indication going on, and a good basket there by Gibson for the Vikings. He's got 2 points, 4-3 in favor of Wareham. If this is any indication, Josh, we are in for quite a show tonight. Levesque, nice behind the back move, dishes it out. Sherratt to Montero for 3. That's congested, but it's good!
It's a great job.
For 3, had a hand in his face, he hit it anyway. Carlson puts it up for the Vikings and swish.
Great job on both ends right now. Great ball movement.
Taylor Carlson just matches Case. Ball tipped around, goes to Rodrigues. Good defense by Wareham. Montero, another 3, no good. Rebounded by Haywood. He's going to press it the other way. Lots of action so far. Haywood going to put that up and good.
It's a circus shot.
Destine Haywood, his first 2 points, 9-6. Wareham coach is yelling something. Here comes Levesque and a foul. That's going to be called on Gibson.
Well, a lot of this is going to be, Wareham's got the height. Just a quick look on the ball. They have the height. They obviously have talent. Wareham's a traditional powerhouse in the conference. For the Cardinals, you're going to want to attack early, try getting some of these stars in foul trouble, see what they have on the bench.
They already do have Fernandez on the bench, one of Wareham's best players from what I remember. Levesque over to Sherratt. Back to Levesque. He's a very good three-point shooter if he gets an open look. So is Sherratt and Montero for that matter. Levesque lost that handle out of bounds off of Levesque, and the Vikings will take over. Good defensive series there for Wareham.
Right now the Cardinals are struggling inside the arc, inside the paint there, making a drive. They're going to have to rely on perimeter shooting right now in the early going to hopefully draw some of those defenders out.
Comes Gonzalez, good defense by Montero. Gonzalez going to drive, puts it up, and no good, and tipped in by LaBelle. That's his second basket of the game. He's got 4 points. Excuse me, he had 2 free throws. That's his first basket.
Wareham staying with this full court press.
Got 4 points, 11-6 is the score.
4 minutes in, stay with this full court press. It's not a heavy press, it's a light press. It's a good show me.
He puts it up and in. We saw that with the last girls game we did against New Bedford Boak. Is that and a foul on the floor there? Let's see what that's going to be about. But the press is good, but it's also quite tiring to run consistently.
But not only that, it puts a strain on your backcourt there, where if someone from the front court takes a step too far, leaves a man open. We saw with the girls, they just make those runs.
That was off of Hayward. He didn't like that call at all. Wareham coach had a word for the official over there. Official was right there, so you have to trust his judgment. We knew this game would be fireworks, and we're not disappointed so far. Good defense by the Vikings. Here comes, in addition to Roderick, and he's fouled. Boy, a lot of fouls so far in this game.
Wareham foul number 3, Taylor Carlson.
Fouls on Carlson.
I mean, something like this. We'll see how it develops going forward. 14 foul early. 3 fouls on starters. I'm sorry, all 4 fouls have been on starters so far for Wareham.
The only bench player they have in there is Haywood right now. Rodrigues makes that free throw.
I mean, you never want to go to your bench too early. If these fouls keep happening for Wareham on these starters, you may have no option but to go to that bench early and often.
Rodrigues makes both free throws, making the Vikings pay right now. They're going to quickly get this the other way to the corner. Carlson up to Haywood. Inside for LaBelle, and he's going to put it up and in. Dominic LaBelle with 6 points already. It is 13-10. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. I can't even imagine what the energy for the rest of this game is going to be like.
I mean, if it's anything like what we've seen these first 5 minutes, I'm getting lost here. It's going to be amazing.
And Sherrod, 6 points. Boy, talk about back and forth. Here's Gibson for the Vikings. He's going to get it back up to Carlson. Several subs coming, a couple subs rather, coming into the game for Wareham. Case has yet to utilize their bench at all. 3-pointer, good! Destine Haywood for 3 for the Vikings. It's 16-12. Doesn't seem like a guy that would shoot threes, but he put it up there pretty well. Levesque lost that handle, tries to dish it over to Costa. Goes right, oh, excellent defense by Costa. Then he stepped out of bounds, unfortunately, but that still prevented an easy basket from Carlson. Number 22, Tayshawn Miranda into the game. And Desmond Powell into the game as well.
Right now, here's your chance if you're the Cardinals. The big man, Dominic LaBelle, is out of the game, resting up on the bench. Let's see if you can take advantage of this situation.
And another 3-pointer, and no good. That was Haywood again. Inside rebound. Oh, what a nice little up fake that was from Powell. And he will get 2 free throws out of this.
He may have just got teed up.
So a technical foul on
number 5, Jake Montero, his second, team 4th. Technical foul charge to number 5, Jake Montero, his 3rd.
Wow, that's going to be 3 fouls already on Montero. I'm not really sure what happened. He must have said something.
That's going to be a huge loss.
That's going to have to get Montero out of the game. Powell with the unopposed free throw, and it's in.
I mean, not just out of the game now, but out of the game till potentially till after halftime.
One of the best players that Case has. Coach Dan Wenzel talking to him about it. He just checked with Haywood about whatever it was, and obviously he doesn't seem to agree. And another free throw coming up here. This is going to be Carlson now. And that's good. And Montero's going to come out, as I figured, number 11, Ryan McConnell, into the game. Here comes another free throw from Carlson, and it's in and out, so the Vikings get 2 of those 4.
More importantly, Lamb's going to keep possession right now.
And as you said, the Vikings still have it kind of at half court there. Here are the cheerleaders. That's going to come into Haywood. Quickly gets it over to Gibson. Several bench players in there right now for the Vikings. Haywood looking inside. That's Powell, and puts it up and in. That was good defense, too, by McConnell, but that was just good shooting for the Vikings. It's 20-12. Levesque passing it around, gets it to Costa. Now this goes to Sherrod, guarded by Carlson. Now he guarded again. To the hole he goes, loses the handle, looking for Costa. Vikings coming the other way. Excellent defense there by Levesque. That's going to be tipped out of bounds off of Wareham.
Yeah, he lost the handle.
Dan Wenzel's going to call for a timeout with 1 minute and 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score is 20-12 in favor of Wareham. Josh, I think I have to catch my breath for a second after that.
Okay, I'll take over. Desmond Powell now, just looking for the long pass, really try to put an exclamation point right now, and it didn't work out. Turnover there. So far, both teams have been really sloppy. There's been a lot of turnovers from both teams that have hurt both teams, and right now it's hurting the Cardinals more than it's hurt the Vikings. The Cardinals have had a bunch of turnovers inside, as opposed to going for the layup or a contested 2. They've tried to make a pass, or they've tried taking that extra step, and the ball's either been poked away, thrown into another player, thrown out, whatever it may be. Cardinals just need to find a way to keep control of that ball a little more, and they'll be good.
It's a high-scoring game, too, at 20 points in the first quarter. It's quite a lot from what we've seen so far this year, at least.
8-minute quarters, it's tough to get. It's tough to put up a 20, but as we saw there about 30 seconds ago, that's a quick 4 points there for the Vikings.
Yeah.
And those quick 4 points, right now, there's timeout. just find a way not to make this spiral. Find a way, regain composure. You have 94 seconds left in this quarter. Find a way, cut this down from 8.
He started from each team, though, on the bench. Fernandez has 2 fouls for the Vikings, and Montero now has 3.
I mean,
Let's see when he comes back in.
The good news is there's still 3 starters from the Vikings on the bench, including the big man.
Well, which is LaBelle, right? See if Case can take advantage. Sherratt. Double team by the Vikings. Dribbling, trying to do something with it. You got 11 seconds, just lots of dribbling going on. Gets it underneath the Rodricks. He's going to go in, puts up the shot, and it's in! That wasn't the prettiest sequence of events, but they get a basket out of it.
No, it might have made that a little more difficult than he had to. He might have had an open look earlier, or someone else may have had an open look earlier, but at the end of the day, the result's the same.
Miranda underneath for Powell, puts it up and in! Desmond Powell off the bench, already with 5 points for the Vikings. It is 22-14. We have 46 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Levesque takes it over. Looking for Rodricks, not a very good pass inside. Miranda's going to end up with it. Gets it underneath, backwards layup. That's Taylor Carlson. He's got 6 points already. 24-14. Wareham by 10 points pretty quickly in this game.
Right now, though, shot clock's off. You want to hold this. You don't want to give Wareham another opportunity at this ball for this quarter. Hold it, take the last shot.
Levesque, good defense for the Vikings. Again, lost it, got it back. Costa, McConnell, they got 9 seconds. Costa gonna drive, dishes it out. Sherratt thought about it, that's gonna put a floater and in. Sherratt with 8 points, and that will do it for the first quarter in tonight's game. The score is 24-16. I must say I'm not disappointed so far by the intensity of the game.
No, it's lived up to all the hype, all the build coming in. It's 40 points here in the first. That's magnificent from both teams there on either end. Still a lot to improve on that both teams can do. Specifically, Case, you're looking at Case. We saw it there right before that final possession. A pass just wide to a man underneath. Hit him in the chest, make a little cleaner pass, a little crisper pass, and easier shot.
See if we can, Case can improve on some of those things. Josh, I want to point out, I did just notice him in the crowd, but former Case star Drew Plant is in attendance in this game.
Yeah,
Here to cheer on his former team, his former teammates.
Yeah, he's up at WPI having a good rookie season, a good introduction to NCAA Division III up at WPI. He's got in a few games, made some impacts here and there as well. It's always great to see alumni come back.
And besides Drew, we have a pretty packed crowd. No one's sitting around us because we have our own private section of the stands, but almost all of the stands across from me are full. And the student section, I'm glad that they like each other so much because they must be dying over there.
They're packed in tight.
They're packed in long sleeve shirts and everything else. But here we go, second quarter from the Paul Monahan Gymnasium. 24-16 is the score in favor of the Vikings. This is Powell. Gonna bring it over. Let's calling for a carry.
You got numbers.
McConnell to the lane, no good. Follow up by Rodricks. He's got 7 points on the night, 24-18.
That's a great follow-up there. Crash the boards.
Fernandez back into the game. He's looking for LaBelle. Knocked out of bounds off of the Vikings.
Right now, you make a basket here, 2-possession game. Just like that. Very quick turnout coming into the second quarter. Let's see if the Cardinals can execute.
If they make a 3-pointer, it becomes a 1-basket game, if you want to look at it that way, too. Both teams are pretty good outside 3-point shooters from what I've seen. Rodricks dishes it back to Levesque. He's going to get it to Sherratt. He's going to put up a 3, and it's good!
You must be in Coach Wenzel's ear, Tyler. Right on cue, 1-possession game.
Coach Jane Wenzel happy about that. 24-21, Logan Sherratt. He already has 11 points on the night. He has more points than the rest of the Case team does combined. Fernandez, who is back into the game, as I said, for the Vikings with 2 fouls. Strip, good defense there for Case. Here comes Ryan McConnell the other way. To the lane he goes, no good. Rebound by Sherratt.
He has a chance to settle.
He's going to get it to Levesque. Here briefly, now he's going to take a 3. Good!
Tie game!
Alex Levesque for 3 is a tie game!
Just like that, 8 points erased under 90 seconds. Amazing.
24, and a timeout call by Coach Steve Maniel of the Vikings. What a turn of events in this quarter. An 8-0 run from Case almost out of nowhere has tied the game.
And that's a great job. You go into that timeout as a coach, you have something planned to say going in. You say it, you hope they execute. Whatever Coach Wenzel said in that huddle, they came out firing on all cylinders. And it's shown. Not even 90 seconds into the half where, quick math in my head, minute 26, 86 seconds into the half, 8-point possession erased, just like that.
Guess you learned something in the Swansea school system. You can tell elapsed time, yes, Josh. Minute 26 seconds in. Now you can tell the atmosphere in here is greatly changed. I mean, everyone is really into it. We got the music going. Timeout was called by Wareham, Amen. Much needed. That was Coach Steve Faneuil. Assistant coaches for the Vikings are Larry Senna, Sal Montello, and Mike Osgood. Their team captains are Samari Auguste and Devin Gonzalez. I have not seen Auguste into the game yet. I wonder if he's injured. I do see someone on the Wareham bench.
He may be the one in blue down there.
There's someone in blue that's just wearing
I don't know if the other camera's picking
jacket.
it up, but if you do, he's all the way down at the end of the bench in blue. I'm assuming that's him.
Here come the Vikings. Let's see what they did in their timeout. Darian Gibson gonna have the ball with his magnificent pink sneakers. Over to Taylor Carlson for three. No good. Rebounded by LaBelle inside and in. Dominic LaBelle, he already has 8 points, the big man.
Well, you're not going to stop him. It's just a matter of containing him. How much can you contain him? Don't let him hurt you all night. And so far, he hasn't.
He's got 8 points, not too bad. But Jan Wells, we're not very happy about however that play developed. Here's Levesque, he gets it to Sherratt. He thought about a three. Gonna drive, what is the floater? No good. The rebound goes to Roderick. He's gonna take it in a foul. I believe that's gonna be on Haywood.
It will be on Haywood.
It is on Haywood.
Number 12, Destin Haywood Gomes, his first. The team's fifth.
His first and the team's fifth, so both teams are going to be in the bonus pretty soon. Roderick's to the line for his, I believe, his fifth free throw attempt of the game. He's 3 out of 4. Get the Wareham crowd is getting into it with the feet stomp over there as well. Roderick's got another try at the free throw here. And that's in and out as well. He missed them both. Rebound goes to the Vikings. Gibson looking dangerous pass, but it goes to Fernandez to the corner to Carlson. He gets it back up to Gibson for three. No good. Rebound goes right to Ryan McConnell. Gonna give it to his point guard, Levesque. Excellent ball handler and a good three-point shooter, as I've said.
Have a chance here, just breathe. Regain your legs a little bit for a couple seconds and get going again.
Costa to McConnell almost lost it, got it back. McConnell tried to looking to pass this out, gets it to Roderick, dangerous. To Levesque, they got 8 seconds on the shot clock. Levesque for Roderick, could not control that. Good try, but a little too much zip on that pass.
I may have actually skipped off a Wareham player's head.
Couldn't really tell. It's possible it grazed.
I heard a sound right before
changed the trajectory of it. Gibson to Carlson. This goes back. Quick passing going on. Back in the hands of Bryce Fernandez. To the lane he goes and in. Bryce Fernandez with his first basket of the game. He's got 2 points. Well, back to the trap here.
They're staying with this full court press.
Levesque, nice behind the back dribble there. Levesque still has the ball to the corner. Quick passing. This is going to be up to Costa. Roderick's going to drive and a block by Taylor Carlson. Wow. And tipped out from behind by Levesque. That's going to stay Wareham side. Carlson came out of nowhere with that block. Sub coming in, Jared Sutcliffe, number 33 for Case. Lagado comes out. He still has 2 more players on the bench, Dylan Tipitot and Aiden Emerson as well. Wareham going to try to get this in. Fernandez, he gives it up to Haywood. Quick pass over to Carlson. He's going to be guarded by Chris Costa here. Carlson driving along the baseline. Passes it up for a three. Good! Darian Gibson hits a three. Suddenly Wareham has this back out to a 7-point lead.
They came firing out in the timeout, but again, turnovers. It's a lot of this is self-inflicted down here. Cardinals just aren't getting a shot off there.
Foul is going to be on. Gibson going to pick up the foul. The Wareham coaches are not very happy about that at all. They are right in the official's ear. You can always tell when a coach doesn't agree with a call when he says good play to his player after a foul.
All right, one more foul for the Vikings, and the Cardinals are back in the bonus.
All right, set 6 fouls already. They have 4 minutes to go in the half. So Case, if they can keep driving, could utilize that to their advantage. Levesque puts it up, no good. Rodriguez with the rebound. He's got 9 points. Here come the Vikings the other way. Quickly, Gibson to Carlson. Gonna drive to the lane, puts up a shot and in.
Taylor Carlson.
Carlson's got 8 points, 33-26. Levesque looking to drive, now dishes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez controlled it. The shot was not really a good looking shot from the beginning. It's no good.
I had a little trouble there with that.
By Haywood, and a foul, I think, is going to be called on Levesque.
Cardinal foul number 1, Alex Levesque, his first. It's the Cardinals.
That's his
16th
first, the
foul.
team 6, so next foul for either team, and they're in the bonus.
And the good news for the Cardinals have 6 fouls. 3 of those are on
Montero, but
Jacob
everyone
Montero.
else only has 1. Excellent defense by Jared Sutcliffe as we were talking there. Levesque to Rodriguez to the hole. He goes. Rodriguez got 11 points. It's a 5-point game again.
So again, just to finish that thought from earlier, the Cardinals are at least spreading the fouls around and keeping the starters in the game.
That's Gibson with that basket.
Something Wareham really hasn't been able to do.
Right, Wareham is a couple players have multiple fouls. One of them is still out there. That's Fernandez, so it hasn't slowed him down. He came out for the first quarter, but he came back in to start the second.
Yeah, he picked up 2
That
quick.
Case got away with a travel there. That was Sherratt to the corner. Sutcliffe going to shoot it. No good. Rebounded by the Vikings. Carlson coming the other way. 35-28. That's a football score. Carlson, and that's going to be a block.
That's a charge.
On Sutcliffe.
Oh. That was a charge. That's a tough break. It's an unlucky break.
The team's 7th.
Sutcliffe did not like that call. The Wareham bench, I think, sarcastically applauded it. Case players are getting some clarity from the ref on that. Well, Dan Wenzel has some words for the official. Sub coming in. Carlson still has another free throw left, I think. Deshaun Miranda into the game. Did that basket count? Oh, it must have counted, yes. I missed the basket. Oh, that was a little too high. Carlson has 11 points. I didn't even notice that the basket was missed with all the chaos that was going on, was made with the basket, with the chaos going on there. Coach Dan Wenzel is not happy about that call. I can see that all over his face.
No, it's still trying to, it's still lingering now.
Vikings get it in. This is going to be Gonzalez, and that's in. That's his first basket of the game. 40-28. Coach Dan Wenzel calls a timeout. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. Case had come roaring all the way back to tie it at 24. Oh.
It's been a great run for the. Give credit to the Vikings. It's been a good run for them since their coach called the timeout there. But again, a lot of this is still self-inflicted. A lot of it's still self-imposed turnovers, unfortunately. It's good though. That's stuff that can be cleaned up. And that stuff, hopefully, in the final 2 minutes 35 seconds here and all into the second half, that Coach Wenzel can find a way to get that cleaned up a little bit.
It's certainly a 12-point lead for Wareham. All the momentum had gone back the way of Case, but ever since the game was tied there at 24, it has been a 16-4 run in favor of Wareham. See if the timeouts can get called. Coach Dan Wenzel needs to watch himself. He doesn't get a technical foul the way this is going.
I mean, you said it's momentum. It's been a huge pendulum swing on one side to Wareham. Now can the Cardinals bring that pendulum back on their side? To start the quarter, it went all Case. And it was a quick timeout by Wareham, and it swung to Wareham's side. So can it swing back to the Cardinals' side before halftime? All right, right now, you can't think of this as a 12-point game, possession by possession. Find a way to make this a 6 or 4-point game going into halftime. Don't try to erase all 12 right now. If you do, great. but it's not the end of the world if you don't either.
There is still another half of basketball to be played, as you know, in this game. Levesque is still going with the trap for the Vikings. Costa going to try to get that across, and he does to the corner. Sherratt for three, no good. Rebounded by Sutcliffe. To the hole he goes, and that's in and out, no good. A rebound by the Vikings coming the other way. That's Haywood, good defense there from Sherratt. He's going to give it to Carlson. Over number 22, Miranda. Tayshawn Miranda might have got away with it, and there is a travel called on that play. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first half. Coach Shane Wenzel was still fuming about that call before. I can see it all over his face.
Yeah, there's been a couple of calls that haven't gone the Cardinals' way in this game.
Sherratt underneath the Sutcliffe, going to drive, now puts it up to Levesque for three, wide open, good! Levesque for three, it's a 9-point game now, 40-31. Case is shooting the ball from the outside pretty well.
That's a basket that was desperately needed at that point. Bring the momentum back a little bit, stop feeling a little good, get the crowd back engaged.
Carlson, he's going to dish it over for three, no good. That was Haywood. Rebound goes to Lavelle. To the lane he goes, puts it up, in and out of bounds, off of the Vikings. Case will take over.
Well, the crowd's getting back into it.
Oh, Levesque cut when he wasn't supposed to. That inbounds pass was not very good. Wide open three, Haywood, no good. The rebound goes to Gonzalez, up and in with no good again. A lot of short misses underneath. Costa, where he missed several shots under the basket those last few possessions. Costa, no good. Rebounded by Rodriguez, no good. Up and around. Costa, good offensive rebound. Levesque, open three, no good. In and out. Levesque with the save, and it goes right to Haywood. A lot of missed shots there in a short sequence.
Well,
Foul.
These rims have gone cold for both teams right now.
Cardinal foul charge to number 23, Jordan Rodriguez. His first.
Rodriguez picks up the foul.
It's the team's eighth.
First in the team save, so that's going to put the Vikings to the line for a bonus. I believe that's Haywood at the line. Yes. So if you're unfamiliar with how a bonus works, if you make the first free throw, you get a second one. And he missed it, so that's no good. Sutcliffe going to give it to Levesque. Lots of action, lots of yelling.
I'm not even sure Wareham realized that was a 1-and-1 there.
I don't think they did either.
Their players just kind of stood there.
Levesque tipped, but goes to Costa, 40 seconds. Sherratt to Levesque. Guarded by Carlson. Levesque over to Costa, he's going to shoot a three. No good. Rebound goes to Carlson. Casey's had a couple open looks, but they missed them. Carlson dishes it over. Miranda for three, two-pointer. Foot was on the line. Tayshawn Miranda with that basket. That's his first 2 points. 42-31. Levesque lost that out of bounds. And the Vikings will now take over. 9.5 seconds. McConnell's into the game.
Returns to the floor for the Cardinals. He replaces Jared Sutcliffe.
Sutcliffe comes out. Wareham's going to hold this for the final shot, I would imagine here. They have 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Carlson's going to hurry. He's only got 3 seconds. Carlson's going to shoot it. He's finally going to put it up. And no good. And that'll do it for the first half here for the Beaumont Angels.
That's probably not the shot he wanted either.
Alex Levesque has 6 points. Logan Sherratt has 11. Montero has 3. And Jordan Rodriguez has 11 points for Case. For the Vikings, Taylor Carlson has 11. Bryce Fernandez has 2. Desmond Powell has 5. Darian Gibson has 7. Justine Haywood has 5. Devin Gonzalez with 2. Miranda with 2. And Dominic Lavelle has 8 points. So we are going to take a break for halftime here from the Paul Monahan Gymnasium. And we'll be back to bring you second half action. Back to the Paul Monahan Gymnasium. In a game between the Case High School Cardinals and the visiting Wareham Vikings. And if you're watching this game live, welcome back, and we are glad that you are joining us on the Swansea Cable Access Facebook page. This is Tyler Clark for Swansea Cable Access, Channel 9. Alongside me, Josh Aubin. And Josh, that first half went in favor of the Vikings, but Case is certainly not out of this if they want to climb back in.
Yeah, the first half definitely didn't end the way the Cardinals started, but they came out of the half. They came out of the locker room a lot of energy. So we'll see if this translates over.
11 points is certainly not insurmountable. 42-31 is the score. Fortunately, Jacob Montero is still on the bench for Case. Hopefully he can get back in. He does have those 3 fouls. Rodrigues to the hole. He goes and in. Jordan Rodrigues having himself quite a game with 13 points.
I mean, he's someone who's grown up fast this year.
Oh,
Cardinals are 7 games in, and as a sophomore, he's grown up real fast.
Travel there on Fernandez. He didn't like that call. There was some contact. Both coaches have been unhappy with the officiating so far, but then again, it's basketball, so what else is new? Sherrod thought about that 3. He did not take it.
That's probably the right decision at this point.
All the starters are in there for Case except for McConnell, who came in for Montero. Sherrod blocked by Taylor Carlson. That goes to Rodrigues. They still have plenty of time on the shot clock here. 10 seconds. Levesque going to try to drive dish underneath to Rodrigues. Good play! Rodrigues with a layup. Suddenly Case has 4 points in this half. It's 42-35.
Well, right now, this is a great job. Coming out of the half, your back's kind of against the wall there with 11. The game's about to teeter. You're doing a great job right now of doing this.
Rodrigues to the hole! I hate to interrupt you in the middle of that, but Case has all the momentum
Just like
now.
that, momentum has swung. Let's hope the Cardinals can keep it.
5-point lead still for the Vikings. Dagger 3 would silence the crowd here. O'Shane Wenzel's on his knees right now, begging for a foul and a foul on the floor. The foul's going to be on.
Cardinal foul charge to number 23, Jordan.
That's
Rodrigues,
Rodrigues.
Second. It's the Cardinals' first team foul of the second
Cardinals
half.
first of the second half. I have that as 3 fouls for Rodrigues, but I think I missed something before.
That's his second.
That's his
I have
second.
it as
All
2.
right. They haven't missed. That's all right. LaBelle inside. Kind of fought that ball away. Missed the bunny shot. Right on a foul called on Case. Coach Dan Wenzel is still on his knees in front of me right now. And foul's going to be on, I think,
Cardinal foul
McConnell.
number 11, Ryan McConnell. His first. Second on the team.
His first, team second.
Devin
Gonzalez
at the line for
will go to the
Wareham.
line for a couple free throws. Almost everyone on the roster for the Vikings has played so far. Shot is good for Gonzalez. Montero back in. McConnell comes out. All of the Case starters are back in there.
Montero returns to the floor.
I believe all of the Wareham, all the Wareham starters are in there as well. So this is how it was to start the game. Second free throw for Gonzalez is good. He has 4 points. It's 44-37. Rodrigues dribbled that a couple times. Just like, yeah, I don't think so.
No.
He gives that back to Costa.
He may have had the chance to break that, though, to break the trap and go through it, but gave it off to a god.
Thought about a 3 inside to Rodrigues. He lost it. Sherrod picks it up and puts it in. Sherrod's got 13 points. 5-point lead again for the Vikings. Back over to Gonzalez at the corner. This is going to be Gibson. He's a good dribbler. Takes it to the half court mark. Still has those pink sneakers. He's going to put up a 3 and no good. Rebounded by Carlson. He missed it. And Wareham might ready to reset. Carlson going to shoot a 3 and it's swish.
Taylor Carlson for 3.
He got blocked by his own teammate,
Cardinals.
got the rebound underneath, came out, and was able to shoot a 3. That's why that timeout's called in that instance. Regroup. Just regroup, guys. Relax, regroup. 8-point game, no issue. Just regroup, stay focused though.
Trying to relax out there. It's an 8-point lead still. Taylor Carlson, he is a force out there for the Vikings. He currently leads them with 14 points. He is one of the captains as well, and he is a senior too. Wareham does only have 3 seniors on the roster. One of them is not playing, that's Auguste. Carlson and Gonzalez are both seniors, so this is a young team for the Vikings. We're going to see them going forward as well, they're always a powerhouse, what am I saying? Last year they were a 10 seed in the tournament. That was an off year for them.
Yeah, they're normally a 5, 6, 4 seed. Normally they finish around that 15, 16 win plateau. Last year, again, like you said, kind of a down year. I believe they were 11-9, maybe 12-8.
Yeah.
But that's a down year for them. It'd be nice to have down years like that, 12-8.
Pretty much a given fact that the Vikings are going to make the postseason every year, just a matter of what
The
record.
expectation in Wareham is to win the conference and host some games. Plural, not singular.
Yeah, exactly. I should see this team be good for years to come. For as long as I remember, they've been very good. 8-point lead still. A blocking foul going to be called over there. I believe that's going to be on. That's going to be on Carlson. His second.
Wareham's first team foul.
First on the Vikings this half. Costa will get that ball in front of the cheerleaders. He doesn't really score much, but he is all over the court. We've seen that in the last game we did.
He's even this game. Well, great job getting back, poking the ball loose, preventing a lot of easy layups.
Sherratt's shot's no good. That's rebounded by LaBelle. He's going to quickly get it up to Carlson. He's going to drive to the lane, and it was partially blocked by Rodrigues, but a win anyway. That's back to a 10-point lead for the Vikings. Coach Jane Wenzel telling Case to slow down. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Rodrigues going to drive and in. Rodrigues very quietly has 19 points in this game.
He's kind of taken over this third quarter for the Cardinals.
Gibson just uses the backboard for that shot. You don't see that too often, at least from the perimeter like that. Back to a 10-point lead again.
Well, and that's one of those backyard shots that you call. Not sure he called that one.
Hey, it counts. The glass is there. He may as well use it. Sherratt's shot is no good. Rebounded by Gonzalez. Guarded by Casa. He's going to give it over for Fernandez. Fernandez had those 2 quick fouls in the game, and he has stayed out of trouble since. Rebounded by LaBelle. He's got 10 points. Back to a 12-point lead for the Vikings. Certainly not insurmountable.
No, we've seen them come back from 12. It's kind of that hump, though, where they dwindle it down to 5 or 4, and
that was that a palming call or?
Yeah, he palmed it over under.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious that he called that. Gonzalez comes out and Haywood comes in. Vikings have a deep bench from what I've seen.
Yeah, they're making substitutions early and often. They don't miss a step either.
No, certainly not. Gibson, he's going to dish inside to LaBelle, and a travel called.
Could have been a travel.
Could have been a foul.
Could have been a charge.
He did take an extra step with it. He didn't really argue it either. He kind of knew.
End of the day, Cardinals ball.
Levesque to Rodrigues. Lost that ball. Ball's on the ground still. A lot of action going on. The shot clock reset. Montero. He's at the Rodrigues and a foul there. That's going to be on Fernandez. That's his third. He knew it too. Fernandez only has 2 points.
Red call, transfer number 4, Bryce Fernandez, his third.
Coach, Case student section is in an uproar about something.
I'm not sure what. I was looking down. I was looking down and.
Free throw is good. 20 points for Rodrigues.
Number 10, Desmond Powell. Number 22,
Desmond Powell comes in. LaBelle comes out. It looks like he needed a rest.
I mean, so it's amazing with Wareham. They trade out one guy. Next guy comes in, he's taller.
I don't think anyone's going to top really LaBelle for the size there. Rodrigues' second free throw was good. He's got 21 points. 10-point game again. 53-43. We got 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Quick passing going on for the Vikings. It's going to be Carlson. Ends up with it underneath. Nice speed and a travel on the floor first.
Wareham bench is up in an uproar.
Wareham bench is in an uproar about that too. They have to watch that official. I'm surprised he hasn't been giving any technical fouls.
There's a timeout call.
Timeout called by Wareham. Coach official just kind of shoos him away. Boy, I would not want to be a basketball referee.
And now you have the assistant coach going after the back official. It's something you don't see often that officials allow an assistant coach to engage in conversation. Or to argue the call more so than engage in conversation. Usually they'll give a little leeway for the head coach, but it's rare that you see an assistant coach come away from the team and persistently argue the call.
Now, Josh,
without penalty.
You're a baseball umpire. You have been for several years. if you say something to the official, are they really ever going to change their mind?
Never.
Never.
Never. But again, you normally allow the head coach a little more leeway. He's the head coach. It's his job to protect his players and sometimes to put on not a show, but give off an act to the crowd to appease the crowd and kind of control the crowd a little bit. It's rare that you allow an assistant coach though to do it.
Right.
Assistant coaches are more so to be
unusual.
seen, not heard. And they allowed that one to be heard quite often.
Wareham coach was out there. The official kind of came over and talked to him. It seems like he calmed down a little bit. But travel call. I mean, there have been calls going against both teams in this game, so you can't really say that it's not one-sided.
They haven't been afraid to use their whistle early and often. And they've at least been consistent with it, and that's all you can hope for, is consistency.
Rodrigues has the ball. He has Sherrod was wide open in the corner, but they didn't really see him. Casa back to Levesque. Back to Casa. He still hasn't scored, but he's been everywhere. Sherrod thought about the three, did not take it. Over to Levesque. Levesque, 6 seconds. He's going to shoot it for three. No good. That wasn't a great shot. Gets his own rebound. Casa thought about it. Montero for three. No good. Around the rim. Rebounded by the Vikings coming the other way. This is going to be Desmond Powell. He's going to get it to Carlson. He's going to shoot it. No good. In and out. That was a wide open three, too. Case got lucky on that.
Yeah, that's one he doesn't miss often. Might have been the first time we've seen him in a couple years miss him an open three.
And we've seen Carlson's been on the team for several years, and he's just been a force every year. I think he's been on the team probably since his freshman year.
I don't remember him missing an open three.
No.
Might have witnessed history.
Sherrod looking inside to Costa. That was not a good pass. Long pass up for the Vikings to the lane and in. That was Gibson. He's got 11 points. Back to a 12-point lead again. Seems that no matter what happens, Wareham always seems to come back to a 12-point lead.
Yeah. Again, the Cardinals cut it down to a two-possession game, and they just can't seem to get over that hump, unfortunately, yet.
Rodrigues underneath. He missed it again. That was 2 shots there. Good defense of the Vikings. Stolen by Levesque. Instead of shooting, he's going to get it back inside to Rodrigues. 23 points on the night for Rodrigues. He has more points than the rest of the team that's combined.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like others haven't contributed either.
No, he's just been inside force. Quick passing for the Vikings. Carlson looking underneath, tipped away looking for Powell. Stolen by Case. Sherrod gets that up to Montero. Montero to Levesque. They give a minute and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Sherrod, Montero to Levesque again, guarded by Carlson. Zone defense right now for the Vikings. Levesque to the hole. Oh, good. That wasn't a great shot out of bounds off of Case. And the Vikings will take over. Coach Dan Wenzel pointed that was Case ball. That was kind of obvious.
Hoping to get a little luck there.
57 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 55 to 45 is the score. If you're watching this game live, I certainly hope you're enjoying.
It's been a great game to watch live.
And a travel on that. Boy, that was Carlson. The Wareham coach did not argue that one. He knew that.
Yeah. No, you're in an interesting predicament here if you're the Cardinals. You can get a quick shot off, get the 2-for-1 possession at the end of the quarter.
Casa looking for Rodrigues. That's it. That's a big job.
Well, they want the 2-for-1.
Rodrigues has 25 points. I'm running out of points to put my tally marks next to his name. It's an 8-point lead for the Vikings. This is not going to be a final shot. Case will at least get one more possession unless the Vikings get an offensive rebound. To the corner. Carlson had an open three briefly. Quick passing going on for the Vikings. This is Gonzalez. No good. That rebound goes to Costin. Diving on the ground is Wareham.
Oh, now Wareham can hold.
Now they can hold it. And a double dribble.
The bench from Wareham is up in arms over that call.
That was a double dribble call that Wareham, that poor official was getting abused in this game. He doesn't seem to care at least. Coach Dan Wenzel was screaming about something. There's a lot of action going on. Costin Montero for three. No good. And the rebound goes to the Vikings. And that is going to do it. With 3 quarters in the Paul Monahan Gymnasium. The score is 55 to 47 in favor of Wareham. Josh, Case certainly is not out of it yet.
No. They've just had an issue getting over that hump. And again, we see right now, it's down to an 8-point game. That's not the first time. This isn't the first time they've had it down to an 8-point game. in the third quarter, now going into the fourth. I want to say it's the third time or fourth time they've had it.
Yeah.
The problem has been finding a way to get a defensive stop to be able to cut it down to a 6-point lead and then a 4-point lead. Again, you don't have to get it all at once. You just need to be able to execute and get a defensive stop to hold the lead where it is. What you can't allow coming out of this short break here, going into the fourth, is Wareham to go right down the floor, make a basket, you miss a basket, they get another bat, all of a sudden 12-point game.
Last time this happened in between the first and the second quarter, Case came racing out to 8 points in a row and tied the game immediately. They need something like that. Jordan Roderick, just keep beating it to him. He has 25 points in this game. He by far leads all scores. Carlson leads Wareham with 16 points. He's definitely a force.
Yeah,
it could be 58 to 47 if we get that wide open three he had.
I mean, he's done a great job making those perimeter shots, and he's had LaBelle underneath making those inside shots.
Here we go. Start of the fourth and final period. Gibson, he's going to give it back to Carlson. You're going to watch him. He's dangerous. Gonzalez tipped away by Levesque, and a foul called on Wareham on the floor. Wareham coaches are once again unhappy. That was on.
Might have banged his nose on the
Might have
floor.
banged his nose on the floor. I think he may have grabbed Levesque and tripped him up too. Gonzalez might have to come out there. I think trainer Russ Boardman might actually take a look at him when he comes out. Fernandez is in. Gonzalez just looks like he hit his head on the floor. I hope he's okay.
Quick look. Doesn't look like
he's
bleeding.
Has some trouble with his vision. I'll give you an update on there. Trainer Russ Boardman is going to take a look at him as I predicted. Sherratt to Montero, thought about it in the corner.
He had an open three at the line, though. An open two at the line, I'm sorry, for Sherratt.
Sherratt to Levesque. Montero for three, no good. Montero's usually a very good outside shooter. The rim has not been kind to him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he did have almost a full half break, though.
That was blocked from behind, and Powell just put it in. Roderick's had blocked that shot. Back to a 10-point lead again for the Vikings.
Right now the Cardinals are passing up a lot of middle-range shots. A lot of those 10-foot jumpers to go for an 18-footer.
And a foul going to be called on Wareham, I think. That was some contact there.
Wareham foul charge to number 4, Bryce Fernandez, his 4th personal foul.
Foul's going to be on Fernandez. That's his 4th. I think LaBelle's going to come in for him, and he is. Fernandez is going to come out.
Dominic LaBelle returns to Wareham. He replaces
LaBelle comes in. Costa gets that up to Costa. You can get that ball over the half-court mark if it's an inbounds pass. That is allowed, but it didn't go over anyway. Sherratt puts up a floater. No good. Hogan's been cold this half. I don't think he's hit anything.
He had more time than he thought. Could have set his feet there and made that shot a little easier for himself.
Carlson drives, and he puts that in, just kind of muscling his way in. Once again, it's back to a 12-point lead. He's gravitating to that score for the Vikings.
Something like that, and it's starting to set in right now in this crowd.
The crowd has been sucked out of it. Case seems like they're kind of unraveling here, and a foul going to be called there on Gibson.
Wareham foul number 11, Darian Gibson, his 3rd, team 5th.
That's his 3rd. That's the team's 5th. So Case only has 2 fouls the whole half, so they're not in foul trouble at all. 2 more fouls for the Vikings, and Case is in the bonus.
You know, as we were saying right before the foul was called, this crowd's gone really quiet.
The crowd is very quiet.
It's been taken out of the game.
Montero drives, and he makes that. He's got 5 points. He's back to a 10-point lead.
Or even something like that, a quick basket like that. Try to get this crowd back. Try to make it a little more hostile to the visiting Vikings.
Gibson, Miranda, quick passing going on Powell, wide open 3. And a 3-second violation going to be called
on LaBelle.
On LaBelle, I think.
Set up a camp there.
That's the first time I've seen that called in all game.
All year.
All year, yeah, I haven't seen the last game either.
All 2 years.
Sherratt to Montero. thought about a three. That pass wasn't too great. He had to come down with it. Sherrod, he's going to shoot a three. That was partially tipped, I think.
It's not a shot to take at that moment.
5 minutes and 30 seconds. Carlson going to be guarded by Costa. Going to step back, put up a three. That would have been a dagger if that went in, but he missed it.
That would have ripped your heart out.
Step back three, but he missed. Case to Sherrod. He has Montero wide open. He's going to take it. And good!
Well, that's going to wake up the crowd a little bit.
Montero for three. It's a 7-point lead for the Vikings. Carlson gives it over to Miranda.
And there is some life in the crowd right now.
And a foul called on Sherrod there. That was not a good foul.
It's not a bad foul to give up. It's only his second, the team's third. 20 more to give up.
Only the third foul, you're right. Carlson going to get this in. Haywood came in for the Vikings there. Gibson's guarded by Levesque, 7-point lead, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Wareham might just try to take as much time as they can off this clock.
I mean, it would be something different for Wareham to bleed a clock out. You normally don't see this from the Wareham basketball
program. They do like to shoot
program.
quickly like that, in and out. That was Gibson. And the ball's on the ground, and a foul.
Foul called.
Going to be called on Wareham. Is that LaBelle?
Who are they giving it to?
And they're going to give it to LaBelle.
Foul number 24, Dominic LaBelle, his first.
That's only LaBelle's first foul, so for a big man, that's only the first one he's picked up. Next foul for the Vikings, and Case goes into the bonus. They have 6 fouls.
Yeah, I mean, LaBelle's done a great job staying clean. For someone who plays an interior position,
And has played most of the game, too.
you normally don't see that.
Levesque gives it to Sherrod.
Wareham bench wants to travel on that.
To Costa. Dishes to the corner. Levesque thought about the three briefly. Going to drive with it. Puts it up and blocked by LaBelle. It tipped around and back into the hands of LaBelle. The other way, this is Carlson. Going to drive, and that was a foul call on Case there.
Yeah. I think if Sherrod would have held his ground there.
Cardinal foul number 5, Jake Montero.
That's going to be on Montero. That's his fourth.
Fourth on the team.
And the team's fourth as well.
Carlson at the line for Wareham.
Carlson will get 2 free throws out of this.
Might have been able to draw the charge if they just held their position there a little more.
That was no good. Fernandez back in.
Wareham's had issues from the line this game, and it's allowed the Cardinals to stick around.
Right, it has. Foul comes out. Cates has shot the ball pretty well from the free throw line from what I can remember. Second free throw there is good from Carlson. He's got 19 points. 8-point lead now for Wareham. 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Case needs to hit some quick shots. Fernandez underneath to Sherrod. Gonna put up a floater. Not a great shot there. Gets his rebound. Back to Levesque. Briefly had an open three. To Levesque. Sherrod again. He puts it up and no good again. Rodrigues with the rebound and a foul. Rodrigues has 27 points in this game.
Wareham foul number 24, Dominic LaBelle, his second, team 7th.
That's LaBelle's second.
For the Cardinals, will shoot
7th.
1.
Rodrigues will get 1 free throw here. And it's good.
You know, more importantly, they're in the bonus now, the Cardinals are. Next foul puts them on the line. As long as the clock stopped and you're trailing, that's your best friend.
Only a 5-point lead. Yeah, that's going to be critical. We're going to be in for quite a finish here. Carlson to the corner for a three. That's Wareham. No good. That was Haywood. That was not a good looking three. It was wide
Slow
open.
it down,
too.
make a basket, make it a
Montero.
one-possession game.
There are 4 fouls. He has to be careful. Costa looking for Rodrigues. Tipped over to Montero for 3. Yes! Montero with 11. It's a 2-point game. With 3
Montero
minutes to
has
go.
come to life here in the fourth. That's a loose ball.
Ball's on the ground and a timeout called by Wareham. That was a smart timeout by the coach.
Right now, we talk so much about that hump. The Cardinals get over that hump. Defensive hold here. 1 basket, that hump's gone. And it's a brand new game. 3 minutes left. 2 points.
2 minutes and 54 seconds specifically. Boy, This game has certainly lived up to expectations, I gotta say that.
I mean, there was so many questions coming into the end. Vikings came in 3-2, a couple of tough losses against teams they normally don't lose to. Cardinals come in 5-1. Some questions about their schedule. It's a little soft. Who have they played? Questions I think have at least been answered today.
This is only Case's second game within the conference. They beat Fairhaven on Wednesday. But so far they've beaten Diamond, third game because they beat Volk too, I beg your pardon. They beat Diamond, they beat Volk, they beat Middleborough pretty handily twice, and they beat Fairhaven. Now this is the first real test. Only a 2-point deficit right now, and it's anyone's game. The Vikings do have the ball after that very smart timeout was called by Coach Steve Thaniel. By the way, the Case coach is Dan Wenzel. We've been saying his name a lot. The assistant coach is Jeremy Puggio. The team captains are Chris Costa, Jake Montero, and Logan Sherratt, all of which are seniors.
Well, we talked about coming to this game not so much being a must-win, but being a measuring stick game. In other words, how do you compete with what everyone outside and everyone inside basically knows as the team in the conference? How do you compete with them? Right now, you're answering that measuring stick.
And let's see what happens. Even if Case ends up losing, they've certainly proved themselves in this game. And he's on the line. That was Sherratt. His foot was on the line. So the Vikings caught a break there. And they'll get another try. Sherratt knew it.
They're going to ask if he actually held possession.
Reset the shot clock.
He did because he held possession.
Coach Dan Wenzel getting clarity from the official on that. That Logan had the possession and stood on the line. Carlson going to get this in for the Vikings. Now Dominic LaBelle was unopposed in there. I don't know what happened on that.
He somehow got, I don't know how you lose a guy that size.
Sherratt, that was Levesque. She put on some moves there, got an ovation from the crowd. The Case student section standing up, and then a foul going to be called on Gibson. I can barely hear myself right now. This is so loud.
Right now, the Vikings are getting in an interesting position. They have 2 players with 4 fouls. They're both starters. You don't want to get into your bench with a 1-possession game or a 2-possession game late in the game.
No, certainly not. Levesque going to go to the line. He has one. This is a 1-and-1. And he got it. He's got 7 points. The Case student section is all on their feet right now. Everybody's into it.
We were talking before this quarter started how silent they were. They've come alive now.
Levesque made them both. He's got 8 points. Vikings come the other way. Gibson and Fernandez both have 4 fouls. Fernandez he is in there now. Carlson, I think it's almost all starters for the Vikings. Excellent defense there from Costa, and a foul going to be called on Rodrigues there. That was pretty obvious.
He had both hands on him.
That's 4 fouls for Rodrigues.
Only his third. You added someone somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
I've got third.
I added.
More importantly, the official scorebook has third.
Yeah, I must have messed up somewhere. It's the 3rd foul, and if you put 2 hands on someone, you're probably going to be called almost every time.
Almost always,
yeah.
Especially right in front of an official.
Even if it was nothing really, but Gibson's guarded by Levesque here. He's going to drive. He puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Rodrigues. Case wants to slow down.
They have the chance right now to make it a tied game.
Here we go. This is crunch time. 2-point lead for Wareham. Levesque going to drive, dishes into the corner. Montero thought about it. To Costa, thought about it. 3 again inside to Rodrigues. Going to drive, puts it up. No good. That wasn't a great shot.
Still had a lot of time left. They might have rushed that one a little too much.
Haywood going to drive down. He's going to lose it looking for LaBelle. Ball's on the ground. They're called by Levesque. That timeout called by Case. 1 minute, 39 seconds to go in the game. 62-60 Wareham. Wow. That's all I have to say right now.
99 seconds. 2 points. Ball in your hand. Most importantly, you do not have to rush. There's 1 second off the shot. You have your full shot clock. Make sure it's your shot. If your shot's five seconds into this, fine. It's your shot, fine. If you wait 25 seconds, fine. You do not have to rush. That's the most important thing. End of the day, this is your most important possession if you are the Cardinals. You either need to tie this game or take the lead, or if you miss, you need a defensive stand. So these next roughly minute or so, the next 50 or so seconds, will win this game for the Cardinals or will win this game for the Vikings. The good news is for the Cardinals, it's in your hands.
Right.
You don't have to worry about them.
They have the ball. It's a 2-point deficit.
You make a shot, you make a defensive stand, you make a shot, the game's yours to lose.
Anything can really go right now. All the Case starters are in. All of the Wareham starters are in, except Haywood's in there. I'm trying to see who gets out. I think Fernandez is, no, he is in there. I believe Gonzalez is out for the Vikings, but Haywood is in there. So all the Case starters are in. They've only played 7 players in the game, and Sutcliffe was only in there very briefly, too. Levesque gives it to Rodrigues, to Sherratt. Back to Sherratt, thought about a 3 to the corner. Montero for 3! Yeah, no good! That almost rolled around.
Had multiple chances
He
to
had
go
it
in.
too.
That's okay, hope's not lost. Defensive stop now.
The Vikings will come the other way with it. Kyle said timeout called by Wareham. This is what happens in the basketball games when it's close. Timeouts everywhere.
Well, these next 70 seconds are going to take 70 minutes. Hopefully not, but. Crunch time, you said it. Games get longer here. Possessions matter more. Again, not the end of the world. You missed your shot or your possession, fine. That was your shot, though. That was your shot. That's a shot you wanted, fine. Don't panic.
It was a good look.
Exactly, don't panic. Most important thing is, worst case, they make a 2 here. Fine, make it a free throw game. That's okay too. Wareham has struggled all day with free throws. And if it gets to a free throw game, your free throw shooting has been better than Wareham's free throw shooting. It's always a risk to take it into a free throw game. We're still well away from there. We're still another 30 seconds or so from getting in that position. But just know, your options are still there.
Right, exactly.
You make, again, all that goes out the window. You make a defensive hold here. You stop this ball does not go in. Fine. It all resets back to where we were 30 seconds ago.
2-point lead, 1 minute and 10 seconds. I'm hoping my boys can make it through the rest of this game. It's you can't tell from watching it, but it's really warm in here right now.
It's warm, it's tiring.
A lot of talking, a lot of action. Boy, I'm going to go with a stack to get it in.
Case just
Haywood
concedes a stack.
gives it to Carlson. Back to Haywood. William just wants to probably take as much time off. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Carlson is just going to hold it here. We have under a minute to go in the game. 5 seconds. Carlson, the shot in the corner for the Vikings. Oh, good.
That's a
Marion
dagger.
Gibson with a dagger. It's a 5-point lead from Wareham right now. 45 seconds. Case has to hurry up here.
That 3 hurts.
Levesque gonna drive to the lane. He goes and he missed. Going the other way. That pass was way over the head of everybody. No, that says that ball was tipped. That looked like it was tipped to me with the trajectory of that. I think that was the correct call.
Yeah. Well, now you need to send them to the line.
You gotta
have
foul
another
him
foul
here.
to give, so
Yeah.
you have 2 fouls to give.
They got a foul, and a foul there on Rodrigues. That's his 4th.
You want to make sure he doesn't foul next now.
Yeah, you gotta make sure, but that's 6.
Number 23, Jordan Rodrigues, his 4th personal foul, team 6.
They're gonna have to foul quickly again here. Sub coming in, Jared Sutcliffe is in.
Yeah, Jared's in there to make a foul.
Checks into the lineup.
Rodrigues comes out.
This is where now you're going to see weird substitutions.
That'll
Why
be-
is he coming out? He's in there to foul.
Oh, and a turnover for the Vikings! Here comes Costa the other way, to the lane, and a foul! And it'll be called on Wareham. I think that was on Carlson. He didn't really argue it.
Wareham foul number 12, Dustin Haywood Gomes.
Actually, it's going to be on
Team 9.
Haywood. That's his 2nd, so Costa to the line. It's his 1st point.
I was going to say, I didn't think Carlson touched him.
Oh, you mean Haywood touched him?
Carlson.
Oh, Costa, yeah.
He did it.
Costa, free throw is no good. Excuse me. there's another try from the free throw line for Costa. He doesn't have any points yet. He missed them both. That wasn't very good. Fernandez gets it quickly. Case has to foul again. And travel called on Wareham.
Oh, if you're Wareham, all you need to do is just hold on to this ball and let them foul you.
Sub coming in for Rodrigues and a timeout called by Case.
Timeout. Cardinals.
Wareham has to be careful. If they get a technical foul here, that can put Case back into the game.
I mean, right now, speaking of technicals, you look back in that first quarter when that technical was given.
On Montero,
they got
yeah.
2 free throws off that, and they got a basket, 4-point game there. That's all the difference, right? So that comes down to a lot of mental composure. Right now, if you're Wareham, you need to make sure you have that mental composure now. You can't be giving anything away, especially right now in a 5-point game.
5-point game, 21.6 seconds to go. Case has the ball. Obviously, you can't draw it up perfectly. They absolutely have to score. They have to come down and score, either force a Wareham turnover or foul them quickly. The Vikings have not shot free throws very well at all in this game. If preferably, I'm sure they'd want to foul LaBelle or one of the big men there and make him go to the line.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is with the 1-and-1, they miss the first, they don't get a second.
Exactly.
It's not a shooting foul. You miss the first, so you can send them to the line 3 times for a 1-and-1. And if they miss those first 3 each time, it's like a travel. Oh, they threw it out outside the foul given.
Case ball, 21.6 seconds to go. 65-60, and this is an incredible game. Levesque has 8 points for Case. Sherrod has 13. Montero has 11. Rodrigues has 28. So he's been definitely a brute in this one. Costa gets into Levesque. Case has to hurry up here. They have 18 seconds. Costa still has the ball. Got to do something with it over to Montero. And Case really needs to hurry. Ball's knocked away. Case really has to shoot this ball. They have 6 seconds to the quarter. Montero, no good. No goes to the Vikings, and that is gonna do it. Final score is 65-60, and the Vikings will be the victor in this game. Hard did the Case breakdown. Carlson ended up with 19 points for Wareham. Fernandez had 2. Powell had 7. Gibson had 14. Haywood had 5. Gonzalez had 4. Miranda had 2, and Dominic LaBelle had 12. Well, Josh, this game was a lot of fun to do.
It was. And if you're the Cardinals, you have a lot of promise coming out of this, knowing 5 point. You lost by 5 at home, but a lot of that was also self-inflicted.
Right.
Easy to fix. A lot of positives coming out of this game for the Cardinals.
We'll see more games for them going forward for the rest of the year. But signing off, this is Tyler Clark, Swansea Cable Access Channel 9. Thank you for those who joined us live. And for Josh Aubin, we say goodnight, and we'll see you next time.